Things first, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Kadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kadash. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are apostle elders at Great Millstone, and to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth that's pushing this truth with all sincerity, honesty, and faith. We're at the time of the end. 2020 is the year of prophecy. Things are taking place, and we're almost out of here, man. 1 second, I'm gonna make sure the sound is okay on this new system I just set up. Hold on 1 second. All right. Yep. Looks like the sound is good. Everything is good to go. So let's jump right into the lesson. So the main point of this lesson is that with what just took place with the so-called 4th of July celebration, Esau's Pride Day, where he lets his pride shine. But the main thing, another thing that is happening, a key thing is happening, is that the elites, when I say the elites, I'm not talking about your average old billionaire or millionaire, multi-millionaire. I'm talking about the elites that have the deep understanding of the occult world and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the world behind closed doors. All right, those are the elites that I'm speaking of. All right, they know what they're doing, okay, because they know that the players are on the board, as it may say. What are the players? That's you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They've anticipated you. They've waited for you. They've watched you. They've marked your steps. They've studied you. You are the greatest enemy. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They harbored you. They kept you close. What's the saying? Keep your keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Okay, so Esau has kept us so close because he knew that we were his greatest enemy. Just like in the history books, what did every king that received prophecy of a king coming up behind them would try to do? What? They would try to hinder that. They would try to stop it. So it's the same thing with us. We're that promised king, the promised prince that would rise up, all right, and take the kingdom. So Esau has watched us. He's learned us. He's studied us. He knows our weaknesses. He knows our strengths. He knows everything about you, Jake. You're the one that does not know who your enemy is. The devil is this Edomite. He's your enemy, but you don't know who he is. He's hiding still. But we in the know through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai has been put into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding who we are and who our enemy is. So let's jump into it. As you see here, Trump's rallies have been positioned at certain locations and certain times, okay? Trump, I believe he's not astute on history, okay? Because a lot of this history has been hidden even from him, okay? So this history that's coming out, his tour dates, because he has a cabinet. He's not making these dates. He's not setting these dates. He's not writing these speeches. There's a cabinet behind him. They're his handlers. His handlers are the ones that setting these dates. Why is it that his dates have been all dates that coincide with atrocities that's happened to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? You have to ask yourself that. Why is his cabinet? Because Trump doesn't really know. He's just out there for himself, glamorizing. But the elites that know what they're doing is saying, we are sending a message to you Israelites that we know you're awake. We're well aware of you. This is our response. We are now loosing our shill, Trump, and he's gonna get down, man. That's what the message is. So let's read this, and I want you to set the tone so you understand where this lesson is going. These elites are sending a message to the ones that are awoke, not even the ones that are old conscious. These are the ones that know what's going on spiritually. All right. It says Juneteenth, axe handle Saturday, and dangerous time. It says in the danger in Trump's racial morphia, and it says why. Let me see. There's a part in the article I really want to get to. Let's jump right here. I'm gonna jump past. I post the article, but you brothers want to go read the rest of it, you can. Here's the title, and I'm gonna jump to the point. It says Trump seems incapable of acknowledging the incredible death of racism in all the more repellent in light of his upcoming events in cities that have been placed in brutalities, Salakia, cities that have been places of brutality against Black Americans. The president is scheduled to hold a rally, his first since the coronavirus pandemic began limiting gatherings in March, later in the month of Tulsa, Oklahoma, which already took place, in which 1920 was the site of the massacre of as many as 300 Black Americans, right? And then, check this out. Initially, the rally was settled to take place in Juneteenth, in the June 19th holiday, recognizing the end of American slavery. However, after sharp condemnation of the plan, this isn't just a wink at white supremacists, it's throwing them a welcome home party. So Trump is set up to stir up, because his base, because before Trump got in office, he wasn't no racist guy. He dealt with Arsenio Hall. He had stars on his show. He had all these type of, he didn't have that racist vibe, man. I can show you videos right now, man. Let's look, because people, you can't forget, because this is magic, man. The elites have set this guy up. They're telling him how to act. They're showing him what to do, okay? Look at this. Okay. Let's go back in history. I'm spelling this man's name wrong. I got one hand, but let's pull it up. Look. Let's go back in time and we'll show you the old Trump, the Trump they had set up in back in the day. Man, let this stupid commercial, man. Salakia, bear with me, Akim. Okay, so let's because I'm going back in time, but don't forget this Trump. Let's go to the office.
I look over.
Where's the board at?
She's not 100%. What you're saying about Aubrey is that she's a good
Look.
But I mean all the rest of the clothes, did I not?
This gentleman lost 65 pounds.
Because I knew that it's about his first month.
So you can't forget this old Trump. See, he don't even got that demeanor on him. Look at him.
Why are you crying, Aubrey?
You see, he don't even got that demeanor. His stout look. Like, he got a stout look right now, man. Because he's in that spirit. These elites, he might have graduated to that point. He might have done a ritual where he came, but he ain't that same guy that he was back then, okay? So let's go ahead and let's play. Now, this is the Juneteenth. This is the Tulsa. We had the Tulsa rally. Now, this is the one that's in Florida, okay? Let's go ahead and play this. Let's go back. Which I didn't know about this, which I didn't really research about this. It wasn't well known, but through Trump's rallies, hey, that's how the Lord said he's going to throw light into he's going to lift up Esau's skirt and he won't be able to hide himself. So the Lord is perfect in everything, even in judgment, and even in lifting up the wicked, there's still righteousness in there. So through the pride of Esau doing what he's doing, he's bringing light and forcing people to look into history that would have been looked over before if Esau didn't show his pride. So you see how beautiful the Lord is? That he made Esau show that pride, but through showing that pride, it brought history that he was trying to hide away. So let's go ahead and go into this bit of history.
A brutal day in Jacksonville this week. Axe Handle Saturday. This August marks 60 years since African Americans taking part in a peaceful lunch counter protest in downtown Jacksonville were attacked. Rodney Hurst was one of the many people attacked.
So you got a lot of these Edomites are saying that you Jakes out there that's protesting, you're violent, you're criminals, you should be put down. But look, when Jake was protesting peacefully, what happened to him? He was beat with axe handles, man. So when Jake was actually protesting peacefully and not doing anything, not burning down buildings, not doing anything violent, they were beaten with axe handles. So when Jake protests peacefully, he's a problem. If he protests violently, he's a problem. So there's no winning in this place, man. That's why you Jakes cannot stop trying to fight for a losing situation. Come back to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai. That's your exit. You can't fight in a place where you're not meant to win, man. Okay? You protest peacefully, they beat you over the head with axe handles. If you protest violently, they want to shoot you and put you down, man. So what's the point of it?
Jackson Court Denise Harris spoke with Hearst and other activists and joins us live. And Denise, Hearst says that they're going to move forward with plans for the commemoration.
You are correct, Ted. That commemoration will happen. Rodney Hearst and several other African-American teenagers and one white supporter were among the group that just down the street where the federal building is now located, they were attacked by white supremacist groups 60 years ago. Hearst believes the Republican National Convention coming to Jacksonville is not a good idea because it will only possibly spark conflict about unresolved racial issues here in the city. For weeks, teenagers, adults, and people of all races have been marching and protesting against racism and injustice. 60 years ago, a then 16-year-old Rodney Hearst was attacked for protesting against racism in a lunch counter sit-in in Jacksonville. It was an attempt to integrate public places. He would become one of many teenagers attacked during what is now called Axe Handle Saturday.
And there were whites in Confederate uniforms passing out free axe handles, but we decided we were going to sit in.
Hold on.
Anyway.
So they were in Confederate uniforms. Isn't that not the KKK? Isn't that the same flag that's being flown today? Talking about we're not racist. This is a flag that stands for a part in history. But what the people that beat these people over the head and passed out axe handles came dressed in Confederate uniforms when Confederate uniforms weren't even being worn at that time. So they wanted to commemorate this occasion by putting on a Confederate uniform, which represents the KKK flag, which represents like the so-called the flag of the South, man. Huh? So how do we have the separation here? This is a racial fueled attack. So if you rocking the so-called that flag, that Confederate flag, it's hand in hand in racism. They wore the Confederate uniforms while passing out axe handles to beat Jake with. But then you got the same ones. What's happening today? Let's fast forward today. This generation is coming back in the reincarnation, man, because the same protest and the same people that's flaming up, the same ones that's coming up now, these are the same ones that got to pay because they're the ones that was back then. Why do you think they're pumped? Why do you think the Confederate flag is coming back in heavy rotation? Because these are the spirits that are coming back that were in that time. So they're attached to this flag for some strange reason. Why are they attached to this flag that hasn't been in circulation? It hasn't been in use. It's not even in small pockets of communities, but now it's become a wide used thing to symbolic of racism, man. And you can't tell me it's not.
Protesters covered in blood after being attacked. A mural sits on 8th Philip Randolph, marking the day of the Axe Handle Saturday attack as a lesson and reminder of what happened, to honor those who stood up for justice. Local educators and activists.
So now, that's for that. Now let's jump. Now let's jump to Gad, okay? So now, why is it that Gad, the next one on this past, Trump, the elites that work for Trump, the cabinets that are the ones that are working with Trump, his handlers, the next one with 4th of July or the pre-4th of July, they went to Stonehenge. And they celebrated at Stonehenge. Why is that? Why did they do that, man? It's not, everything is not coincidence. Okay, everything is not coincidence. So let's go ahead and try to catch this story right here. Listen close. So you got Trump supporters that are coming into their land, waving Trump flags, getting ready to go to Stonehenge or Stonehenge, or not Stonehenge, but Mount Rushmore, Salakia.
All right. protests and President Trump's visit. To Chase Iron Eyes,
Look, they were arresting Gad, man.
Special advisor to the president.
Look, they had the military out there and everything.
About the protests and President.
You got to understand, man, this is a no-burn place. They had a no-burn clause on this whole area because it's a highly flammable area. But Trump went ahead and took that off to go ahead and launch off these things to commemorate the so-called 4th of July in an area that's for wildfires. Come on, man.
President of the Guarani Sioux Tribe about the protests and President Trump's visit. To Chase Iron Eyes, I know that some of the concerns leading up to the protests were that the president and the administration never asked permission from the tribes to hold the event there, and that the land has been ruled by the Supreme Court as your land rightfully that the United States has stolen. What happened? What do you think was accomplished with the...
So now let's play. This is the one I wanted to play. This is the untold story.
Democracy.
Yeah, go ahead and play this one.
Now.org, the quarantine report. I may need it. As the coronavirus pandemic intensifies in the United States, with a record of 52,000 new cases.
And this is, let's say this thing is really, this pandemic, something's out here. These elites have done something and put something out here. This is all plagues, man. These are all plagues that Yahweh Shem Yahshua sent on this place. And then at the same time, while the plagues are happening, he's having this historical information come out that's putting more shame on why this is taking place. Because the controversy of Zion is coming to pass, man. The blood has to be paid. We're no longer, the Lord said he's going to save us, man. If you read where it says that he shall save our children, the Lord is going to fight for us. So the Lord is doing this, man. We don't have to hop in a ship and do any kind of military maneuvers. The Lord said he's going to fight for us against this man. All we got to do is just proclaim this truth and hold on to the truth, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we've been given through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and wait on his demise, man. It's easy. That's why I said the yoke is easy. Don't be scared. We don't got to be scared of Esau and his military. The Lord going to fight, man. Our military is greater, man. Our military is the greatest military to ever been formed. Did it not say the Lord is a man of war? The Lord is his name. That's our power's name is the Lord. It says that the Lord is a man of war. So who's the greatest military? Does not a man of war deal with military? So who is the greatest military man or a greatest military might to have ever been formed on the planet Earth, man? Huh? Is our power, man. That's what who we fearing, man? The Lord created the Lord. Are you scared of the sword? Or are you scared of the smith that made it? That's who that's where we at now, man. Why be scared of the sword? You should be scared of the man that made that sword, because that man knows war. Because a man that makes a sharp inch, a great black, a lot of the times in the ancient world, the best smiths were men of war, man. Men that know how killing works. If you're going to make a weapon of war, you're going to know how to use that weapon. All right? That's the same thing with our power, man. So let's bring out this quick precept. This is Exodus 15:3. It says, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. So our power ain't playing around, man. Esau, the Lord ain't coming to a man of war. The man of war is coming to the understudy of war, man. Esau ain't the originator of this thing. Esau didn't invent war and death. The Most High invented it, man. And he's coming to put a stamp on it on the planet Earth, that he's the originator of this. That's why it says they are afraid, but does yet fight. The Lord gonna make them fight so he can show them how real it is, man. That's where we at, man. We're in the time where Yahweh Shem Yahshua is getting ready to show and prove himself to the world, man. So he can show us. That's why it says the Lord's going to have us look over. It says 1,000 shall fall to thy left, 10,000 to thy right, man. I'm paraphrasing Salaki. But that's the time we in. The Lord's going to show us this so we can fear, so we can know. This what happened to things that was set up, man. So the elites are sending a message to you, Jakes, clearly, man. A clear-cut message is being sent to you, Jakes.
President Trump plans to hold an Independence Day celebration Friday at Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. with a fighter jet flyover and fireworks, which are banned in the area due to extreme forest fire potential. Some 7,500...
They are banned. So Esau don't follow his own law. But he wants us to follow it to a T, though. You see the hypocrisy, man? You see the hypocrisy? He writes a law, tell you don't burn it, let you go there and light a firework off and see if you don't get federal charges or state charges, man. But now he can say, since he wants to shoot off fireworks in his celebration for 4th of July, now that ban is gone. How can you, what do you want? How can you say you want people to follow your law, but you don't follow your own, man? All right, this is the actual law right here. No fireworks in the Black Hills.
People are expected. And South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, a staunch Trump ally, says people will not be required to wear a mask or to remain 6 feet.
I want y'all to listen to this next part. This is why the Lord said, look, a hypocrite, man. Hypocrites. So this woman is a Trump supporter. They willing to ride with this man, wrong or right. So when the time comes down to it, morality is not going to be a question. Okay? Listen what this woman says.
6 feet apart.
We'll be giving out free face masks if they choose to wear one, but we won't be social distancing.
We will not be social distancing and we will pass out face masks. But then turn around, you have laws that are actually going against small businesses that do not social distance and do not. What is going on, man? The hypocrisy is at an all-time high.
The rally comes amidst a national debate on how to deal with statues and symbols that enshrine systemic racism. Mount Rushmore itself is named after a gold rush lawyer and speculator. The monument features the sculpted heads of 4 U.S. presidents, Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt, blasted out of the ancient granite between 1927 and 1941 by 400 workers, directed by sculptor Gutzon Borglum. Earlier, he was recruited by the Daughters of the Confederacy to carve the huge Stone Mountain Memorial to Confederate leaders in Georgia. Borglum was close to the Ku Klux Klan.
So the guy that carved the Mount Rushmore was the avid AK and possible member. So he didn't just go to Mount Rushmore just for the guide. He went there for another reason, man. This message is being sent. Let's play it again. This ain't sent to no normal 6-pack Edomite. Edomite don't know this history. This is sent to those that are gonna look and those are gonna find. And they're sending a message out, man. The elites are sending a clear message out. Jake, pay attention, Jake. They sending a message out, man. Don't worry about what the media and all that fluff and puff. Look at the symbolic. Why you choose Why you choose Mount Rushmore? Why you choose June 16th? Why you choose Tulsa, Oklahoma? Who do we know to be the Israelites in the scriptures? Who do we know nowadays to be woke? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's linking you two together. He's saying that I'm going to your sites where I murdered your people, stole your land. This is the time. This is the spirit that I'm in. This is the spirit that I'm in. He's telling you, man. Listen to it. Listen, Jake. Let me go back.
In 1941 by 400 workers, directed by sculptor Gutzon Borglum. Earlier, he was recruited by the Daughters of the Confederacy to carve the huge Stone Mountain Memorial to Confederate leaders in Georgia. Borglum was close to the Ku Klux Klan and was likely a member.
Was likely a member of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan was not a bunch of unorganized rednecks that hated Negroes. No. Why did they mask up? They masked up because they were your lawyers, they were your doctors, they were your grocery attendants. They had to mask up because they had to hide what they were doing because they didn't want you to see. They were your daily, day-to-day. Okay? That's where the KKK came from. Came from the high-ranking officials in your day-to-day life did not want you to see their real colors because they had a facade on. So that's why they had to wear the cloaks. That's how they had to wear the mask to hide who they was while they did their atrocities, man. So these men that had high-ranking officials, that's why the KKK was so organized and so well-funded, because it was the ones that was well-off and well-funded that really pushed that out there, man. So look, This is just us putting this facts out here. I'm in with a couple precepts, man. This is man. But then in the same breath, they'll tell you, let it go, Jake. Let it go. But we're not worried. The Lord getting ready to fight for us, man. The Lord got our, he got our, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshua is not going to let this go by, man. So, Esau can keep going, even as worse as it gets. We know that it's going to be fixed soon, man. I'm trying to get to the Blue Letter Bible. Forgive me, Akim. Forgive me. This is newer computer. Hold on. All right. I'm just going to end it with a couple. I had more precepts, but I think I'm just going to hit the main points of these ones, man. Wow. Y'all see that? Now the blue letter can't be read. What? Oh man. Hold on. It might have let it go. Yep, there it go. Hey, Satan, that show you, man. Hey, everything was working perfectly, man. But now all of a sudden when we getting in, the computer wants to not show. Prince of the air. This is Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast and refused to let them go. So that's why you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are here. So the same captor, he ain't gonna let you go, man. He wants you that he's doing more than let you go. He wants to put his your atrocities in your face and to show it that you ain't got no power. And he's celebrating killing you, man. All right. It says their redeemer. Now check this out. It says their redeemer is strong. Our Lord is strong, man. If you doubt that, don't, hey man, never doubt our Lord, our power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. No matter how much he let Esau go, he let him go that way. He let him do everything that he's doing, man. All right, their redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause. What is a part of our cause? These sit downs, these Tulsa. So through them going through these places and Trump sending a sign to us, or his elites, his handlers, he's sending a sign, but the Lord is also doing a work in that time because he's thoroughly pleading our cause. He's letting the world know why all the history is being brought up. All this is not being brought up for no reason, because once he glorifies us, the world is going to know those are the same people that was kicked, spit on, held down, refused to be let go, put at the bottom of the barrel. They're the people of God. That's why Wisdom of Solomon 5 is going to come into play. He wants us, the Lord is setting the tone for the redemption of Israel, man. He's setting the stage. So everybody's got to pay attention. If everybody wasn't paying attention to Jake and the Lord delivers Jake, they blame it on something else. They give credit to something else. But once we out here on the highways and byways and pushing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua and the history and the knowledge, the world has to pay attention. They have to know now once the Lord delivers Jake, they're going to have to come back to the standpoint and say, damn, these people that was oppressed and beat down and broken, they were delivered by these chariot vehicles. They have to be the people of God, man. So the Lord is setting us up, man. Beautiful. It says their redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. So he's doing this to give us rest, man. So everything Yahweh Shem Yahshua's power is to give us rest, the elect. All right. I said this morning. You think a father, we say father, how do we know what a father's love for a child is? It's because the Lord gave us that feeling. So you think a father wants to see his children that he loves and his seed, his chosen, the ones that he put his love on. We didn't put our love on ourselves. We didn't put the love of Yahweh Shem Yahshua on ourselves. The Lord did that. So if a father loves his sons and his children, do you think he wants to see his sons that his firstborn is chosen, man, to go through the hardship that we at now, man? No. That's why it says those days shall be shortened. That's the Father showing you in the verse that he wants you back to him, man. So how we don't need to say, oh man, the Lord don't love us. No, he loves us that much. He said that he speed up time for us. He'll slow down time for us. He'll slow down time to where he'll enjoy us more, man. You know, that's why in the kingdom, the days are going to be long, man. The days now are short, man. The week seems like a day now. If you blink, it'll be Wednesday. And you blink again, it's Friday, man. The Lord is shortening these days because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is getting ready to deliver his elect. So with that, I'm going to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakwadas, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakwadas. And we give all praise in Yahweh Shem Yahushai for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom, and to you hope for the elect on the four corners of the planet Earth that's pushing this truth with all sincerity, honesty, and faith. We're so close. So close. Shalom, Akim. Shalom.